So it looks like the Samsung Galaxy A54 is going to be getting a new 50 megapixel camera. Stay tuned. Before I start, I'd like to give a huge shout out to TechRight for actually sponsoring today's video. They basically sell really cool technology with its broken down internals and make it into your own art deco type of thing and frame it for your viewing pleasure. If you're a video game collector like me, in need of a dope man cave display piece, or just have a thing for the history of old technology, this may be something you want to check out. They have tons of different handheld consoles, phones, and technology accessories, and even DIY kits for extra nerdy people out there. They're great as a gift for that special nerd, and even more affordable now if you use code TechRight at checkout for 10% off. Thanks again to TechRight for sponsoring this video. Alright everyone, so we have this article from gsmarena.com. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. But the article reads, Samsung Galaxy A54 is getting a 50 megapixel main camera. It says a new report from Galaxy Club, which is solid track record of Samsung related leaks, suggests that the upcoming Galaxy A54 will feature a 50 megapixel main camera. Sadly, no other details were provided in this report except for the megapixel count. Now, we did get some speculation on some other specifications that might be coming to the Galaxy A54. Again, the date is probably going to be March 17th, as it has been the year prior and the year before that, as well as using an Exynos processor. So hopefully that's going to be a decent chipset, but let's read more into this. So it says, at first, this would suggest a camera downgrade given that the Galaxy A52 and A53 both feature 64 megapixel main cameras. But as we all know, the megapixel count isn't everything, and if anything, the move to a 50 megapixel sensor might signal an upgrade. And if you guys didn't know this, the actual quality of the camera is usually dependent on the sensor. So if you're using higher quality Sony sensors like a lot of other companies, bigger end companies like Samsung and Apple do, those are going to be the best sensors. So hopefully we get a good sensor in this phone. I know the Galaxy A52, from the A52 to the A53, I think the A53 was a big improvement from the A52. I think we did have better stabilization in 1080p 60 frames per second, and all around in video recording the stabilization was much better. I think the colors were a little bit better, and saturation and quality and clearness and everything was much better. So hopefully we do get an upgrade from that. It seems like Samsung was actually going the Google route and more tweaking the software, and if they continue doing that, I think that's cool. It's definitely looking a lot better than it was. So if they can get that on point, then they're going to be coming out with a really good flagship killer right here. And I feel like for the most part the Galaxy A53 is kind of a flagship killer, because for the most part the average consumer is not going to need anything more than that. I think the average person is going to be completely happy watching Netflix, scrolling through, social media and playing video games on this, and they don't really need to do that much more. I even have the S22 Ultra, and I don't do really anything more than that. I film my videos with it, and that's pretty much it. I don't do graphic intensive gaming on it too much, and if I did, it runs it. But even the Galaxy A53 ran things like, Genshin Impact, PUBG Mobile, and other things like that pretty decently. Like, I don't even use DeX on this. So for most people, especially in this economy, it's going to be a smart thing to go to one of these phones. And I'm really liking the budget to mid-range phones that are coming out right now. I think it's really exciting stuff, and I think more and more people are going to tend to go to those types of phones because they don't need the newest, greatest, and latest phone out. But anyways, it says the current 64 megapixel used in the Galaxy A52 and A53 isn't a particularly big one, and Samsung's policy of including higher end features in some of its Galaxy A smartphones could mean that the Galaxy A54 will sport a bigger, more capable 50 megapixel sensor. The device could very well use the same camera as the Galaxy S22 and S22 Plus, but that's just us speculating, and that would be really cool if they end up doing that. I think that would be really good for the A series, since it is the highest selling series from Samsung in the last 3-4 years. They're doing such a great job on this with the A51 to A53. It says the Galaxy A53 has about 6 more months before its life cycle ends, so we will surely hear about the A54 as the release date approaches. So I don't know about the life cycle. I don't know what they mean by life cycle right there. It has updates for the next 4 years, so therefore it's future proof until 2026, it looks like, for most people. I think they're talking about when the next device is going to come out. I don't know what the life cycle meant, but the life cycle of the A53 is not up yet. So if you guys are trying to sell that phone to upgrade, I don't think you guys have to spend money just to get the A54. But if you want to do it, you can go ahead and do it. But I don't think that's necessary. So with this information we have right here, it looks like they're going to be working on the sensors. We may be getting a better sensor. I think that's what's going to happen personally, to be quite honest. I don't think they're going to downgrade the camera. I think they're going to either upgrade the sensor, or they're going to focus on the software part of the cameras and fix little bugs and stuff like that that we saw previously on the A53 and A52. So that's what I think is going to happen. I don't think there's any reason to worry for the people who want the A54. I think it is going to be a decent camera, just in some small incremental ways. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This has been Safan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.